Picture this. You're walking through a bustling market, and you witness a street vendor accidentally dropping a coin. He doesn't notice, and a passerby swiftly picks it up and pockets it. Here's the question that sparks our conversation today. Does that tiny act of deception eat away at the fabric of who we are, or is it just a harmless secret tucked away in the folds of daily hustle? This, my friends, is where Stoic philosophy has a powerful voice on honesty and deceit. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, isn't just about enduring pain or hardship with a stern face. It's about aligning life with virtue, and at the heart of this virtue lies honesty. The Stoics believed that honesty isn't merely a moral obligation, but a reflection of the order of the universe. It's about being true to the natural law, to reason, and ultimately, to ourselves. Now, imagine if the same street vendor was a Stoic. He may shrug off the lost coin, not because he's indifferent to money, but because he understands that external events are beyond his control. What he can control, however, is his reaction. He chooses not to let deceit disrupt his inner peace. But what about the person who pocketed the coin? Here's where it gets juicy. Stoic sages like Seneca and Epictetus would say that the person who hides the truth or deceives others is essentially deceiving themselves. When we lie, we create a reality that's at odds with what is, and living in contradiction with what is, well, that's a recipe for inner turmoil. It may seem like we got away with something, but in the eyes of Stoicism, we've wandered off the path of living in harmony with our authentic selves. But Stoicism is not about finger-wagging or casting judgment. Instead, it invites reflection. It asks us, are you really getting one over on life, or are you slowly chipping away your character? Because the Stoics believed strong character was like a fortress. It offers unparalleled protection against the chaos of life. And that protection stands tall on a foundation of truth. Let's switch gears and dive into a story. There was once a prominent Stoic who was offered a large sum of money to bear false witness. He refused, saying, "You might as well ask me to lose weight by cutting off my hand." In his eyes, gaining wealth through deceit was akin to self-mutilation of the soul. Can you feel the weight of his conviction? Honesty, according to the Stoics, is also about the words we don't say, the subtle insinuations, or even the false impressions we allow others to believe. They advocate for clarity and sincerity in all forms of expression. After all, our words are the ambassadors of our inner selves. If they're cloaked in deceit, then who are we really representing? But Stoicism is realistic. It knows we live in a world where dishonesty often seems to have its rewards. Yet, it relentlessly champions the idea that a clear conscience and a virtuous life are rewards of a much higher order. It's like choosing a meal that nourishes rather than one that merely tickles the palate. Now, it's easy to dismiss all this as lofty idealism. But Stoicism is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's understanding that we're all works in progress, often stumbling on the path of virtue. The Stoic response to slipping into deceit isn't self-flagellation, but a gentle realignment towards honesty. It's an acknowledgement of our fallibility paired with the resolve to do better. As our conversation nears its close, think of honesty, not as a rigid rulebook, but as the compass that guides you through life's foggy moments. Sure, deceit might offer a shortcut, but Stoicism invites us to take the scenic route, where the views are integrity, self-respect, and inner strength. So, the next time you find yourself at a crossroads between honesty and deceit, ask yourself, what does living in accordance with nature mean to me? And as you ponder that question, remember, the Stoics are not looking to judge, but to guide you towards a life where you can look in the mirror and recognize the person staring back at you. I leave you with this thought. Your actions, whether in the spotlight or in the shadows, are brushstrokes on the canvas of your character. Paint with the colors of honesty, and you'll create a masterpiece you can proudly call your life. And with that, our path through the Stoic philosophy on honesty and deceit reaches its resting point. Until our next exploration, may you walk the path of virtue with both courage and reflection.